I can't believe I'm ruining my makeup for this. This can be fixed without removing it. A dent can be formed. Foundation in that area has gone off. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to share a touch-up makeup kit for all the brides out there. So a few months ago, I had made my wedding reception makeup look. So I would highly recommend you to watch it if you're planning to do your makeup by yourself. I've given a lot of tips in that video, so it's going to be really helpful for all the brides out there. In that video, I had also mentioned that I had a touch-up kit with me, and I had asked you guys whether you want me to make a separate video on it. And I did not make this video for a long time because I thought nobody's interested, but then I got one comment requesting me to make this video and I instantly decided to make the video. So I had created this list in February. I still have it. So all these products I had carried with me to the venue. Fortunately, I did not have to use any of this. I had just carried it in case of emergency, and in case you're having a long wedding and if you have many rituals, many events, and it's going to be there for the whole day, and even if makeup artist is doing your makeup and the makeup artist is not going to stay for that long, this kit can be really helpful for you to touch up your makeup on your own. So in this video, I'm going to share my touch-up kit which I carried for my wedding reception, and I'm also going to show you how to touch up your makeup using those products. So without a further ado, let's get started. So I'll start with the important ones first. So the first item on the list is a makeup spray. Now I personally have dry skin, okay? So sometimes my makeup can crack. So I had carried this just in case those things happen. Sometimes my concealer can crease. Sometimes the powder can create a lot of lines and creases. And in those cases, a mist really fixes it instantly. It just melts the powder into my skin and it makes it look really hydrated and moisturized. So I had carried the MAC Fix Plus with me. Now if you don't have that issue, like if you don't have dry skin, if you have extremely oily skin, then I don't think you really need it unless you have applied a lot of powder. So in case your powder becomes too much, or even for touching up, if you end up applying a lot of powder, this comes really handy. So just give a quick spritz. So I'll just show you an example of that. So in case you end up applying too much powder, for example, I can't believe I'm ruining my makeup for this, and it starts looking really cakey and crusty. You can either use your beauty blender, a damp beauty blender, or spray some mist on the beauty blender and then dab it gently to soak up the excess powder, or you can just spritz some face mist. This one comes in really handy, especially if you have dry skin, because sometimes skin tends to be dry under makeup, and if that happens, it shows on the outside. Your makeup looks cracky, it doesn't really look juicy, it doesn't look hydrated, moisturized. So in that case, something like this comes really handy. And if you're looking for a good face mist, I would highly recommend the Fix Plus. This is so good for dry skin. It instantly hydrates and moisturizes your skin and melts the powder. There are a lot of mists available. Actually, you don't really have to get this one, but I personally prefer this one. Can you see? It just melted that powder a little bit in my skin, and now it doesn't really look that crusty. The next most important product in my list was a lash glue and tweezers. So tweezers are optional. If you use tweezers for applying lashes, then you can carry them. But a lash glue is a must if you have applied false lashes, because a lot of times lashes do come off from your inner corners. So I'll just show you how you can use it. So as you can see, this lash has come off a bit, right? So what I would do is, I would take my lash glue. You don't have to remove it completely unless it's completely ruined. This can be fixed without removing it. So I would carefully apply the glue on the band. Sometimes I also apply the glue directly on my skin, but you have to be careful with that, because if the glue goes in your eyes, it can be a teary mess. So you can do either of that, either apply on the skin carefully or apply on the lash and let it dry a little bit, okay? If it's too wet, then it does not stick properly and it creates a mess. So let it dry for at least a minute. That depends on the glue. This glue takes 1 minute to become tacky, and then I take my tweezer and I just press it. Okay, after pressing it, I keep it for a few seconds till it completely is stuck, and then I leave it. And there you have it. The eyelash is fixed. The eyelash also can come from the outer corner. So you know what to do. You can apply a little glue and wait for it to dry. That is very important. Please wait for it to dry and become tacky, and then you can press it back. And if it's like completely messed up, then you can remove it carefully and then again reapply it. I have a separate video on how to apply eyelashes, so you can check it out if you're interested. The next product on my list was lens solution and lens case. Now I did wear lenses for my wedding reception, so if you are planning to wear lenses, then of course it's a must to carry your lens solution and also the lens case. In case your lens comes off or anything like that happens, you can use your lens solution and reapply your lenses. And in case something happens to your lenses or something happens to your eyes and you are not able to wear your lenses, you can put it back in the lens case. So that's why these two are really important. The next important product on the list is Q-tips and tissues. Always carry tissues and Q-tips because they come in handy for multiple things, okay? I'll just give you a few examples. So usually what happens is after we apply kajal and everything, our eye boogers start to come out. That happens very often. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. So in that case, what you can do is you can just take the Q-tip and remove it very gently. Another thing that can happen is you might cry a little bit, okay? Thoda sa tears may fall. So in that case, just look up, okay? Don't let the tear fall, otherwise your makeup will be ruined. So just look up in case you get tears in your eyes, and you can just keep the Q-tip either here or here. All the tears is gonna get soaked up. Since this is cotton, right? So the tear is gonna dry up and it's gonna get soaked up in this, so that you don't have to worry about, like, you know, wiping the tear as such. You can also do it with tissue, but with a Q-tip it becomes easier. And there are so many things you can do with this. If your lipstick gets messed up, you can clean it up. If any fallout happens, eyeshadow fallout, mascara fallout, you can just carefully remove it with the Q-tip. There are so many different ways you can use it. And there's also tissues. Now even tissues, I think tissues are really necessary. Of course, if you're crying, if something happens to your makeup, if something gets stuck on your skin, if there's excessive oil, you can just carefully dab on it. So there is not like specific use of these, but these come really handy for a lot of emergency things. The next most important thing according to me is water. Now water is of course useful for drinking if you feel thirsty, but also you can use it for your makeup with your beauty blender. So there's one more product on my list, that is a beauty blender. I did carry a sponge with me. So water comes in handy to wet the beauty blender. In case you don't have access to any tap water, then you can use your own water. And even if you don't have water, you don't really have to wet it, but you can use a spray for that. You can just spray it a little bit and dampen it up. So it really depends on you. So why I carried this is sometimes it just gets really crusty. You know, under eyes can get crusty, your face can get crusty because of a lot of powder application. So in that case, what you can do is use a damp sponge and slightly just dab on it. What it does is it will absorb the extra powder and it will leave your skin not dry. For me, what happens is my smile lines crease a lot, so I can just dab on it so that the creases get evened out, and later if you need, you can add powder on top. And in case you cry, okay, or in case water splashes on your face for some reason, okay, in that case your concealer, your foundation powder can come off a little bit. In that case, you can apply a little concealer and dab on it. I'll get to that later. I'll show you the process how you can do that. The next thing on my list was a lip liner, lipstick and kajal. Now I don't think I really need to show you the application of it because it's quite straightforward, right? If you eat something, if your lipstick comes off, if your lipstick is not long lasting, or for any reason, you can definitely touch it up by applying a lip liner on top or a lipstick on top. So you can use any lipstick of your choice. I would recommend you to carry a lightweight lipstick formula, like either a crayon or a bullet lipstick, or even a lip liner would do alone, because if you use a liquid lipstick or any heavy lipstick like that, it can create a lot of layers and it can look cracky because it builds up, right? So just use a very lightweight formula for touching up. And another product was kajal. Now I carried both kajals, black and nude. So for my lower lash line I had applied a nude kajal, and for my upper waterline I had applied a black kajal. So I had just carried it in case they go off and I want to reapply it. I had just carried it in that case. You don't have to, and it can also be helpful in case you cry and your kajal does smudge, then you can reapply the kajal. And I would highly recommend you to use a waterproof mascara and waterproof kajal so that they don't smudge even if you cry. The next product I had written was a makeup remover cloth. Now this is not really necessary. You can also carry micellar water and cotton pads with you, but I carried this just in case, you know, like if my makeup gets ruined and if I have to remove a part of my makeup. Just for that I had carried this. So in case you don't know what a makeup remover cloth is, this is a microfiber cloth and you're supposed to wet it and use it. It breaks down the makeup really well because the fibers are really tiny here, so they really go into your makeup and they remove it. So this comes in handy in case you have to remove your makeup on the go. The next product on the list is a compact. You can carry any compact which you like. This ideally should be like the #1 product in anybody's makeup kit, especially if you have oily skin, because sometimes the oils peek through, right? And most people do carry a compact in their purse, not just for brides, anybody. Most people I have seen, they carry a compact just to touch up the makeup. So sometimes your foundation coverage can go down for any reason, due to sweat or due to time, and sometimes your oils can peek through. So in that case what you can do is you can take the compact, and for example if you have oil here, right, then just dab on it carefully. Even if you sweat, then also the coverage can go down a bit, so you can just touch it up by adding the compact. So in case the coverage goes down, a powder foundation comes in handy. So this is the MAC powder foundation. I did not carry this because it's broken. I had carried the K Beauty compact. Usually I don't have to use a compact because I have dry skin, so it's really not that necessary for me, but I had just carried it in case I sweat or something. So wherever you see oil peeking through, you can just dab on it lightly. You can also use a brush if you want. And I had also carried a loose powder with me for the same reason. In case I don't want to use a compact, in case I want to use it under my eyes, then I prefer a loose powder. So I had just carried just in case. The next product I carried is concealer. I carried 2 concealers. One is to correct and one is to highlight. So what could happen is, in case you cry or water splashes again, that part can get removed, okay? So a dent can be formed like so. I'll just remove it more. Can you see that the foundation in that area has gone off? So what you can do is use any concealer which you like, and I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me because this is a really lightweight concealer. First I would use the concealer closer to my shade to just correct because it's dark, right? So I would just put 1 dot. I would recommend to use very little, okay, especially if it's on a smaller area. And then you can use a damp beauty blender, or you can use a beauty blender and apply some spray on it to make it damp, and then lightly blend only on that area, okay? I think I need a little bit more over here, just a tiny dot, and just lightly dab it. So you can do the same thing anywhere on your face, wherever it happens. And I had also carried a highlighting concealer with me because I had applied this under my eyes, right? So it's like my under eye was highlighted and suddenly it would look dark, right? So in that case I had carried this. But if you're doing this anywhere else where you have not really highlighted, then you don't have to do this step. So I would just carefully dab on it, and on top of that you can either set it with a compact or a loose powder. So when you're applying the concealer now, be very careful not to go around the area because there you have already applied the powder and you don't want to ruin that, right? So just focus it where you need it, and on top you can apply the powder to set it, and there you have it. It looks good as new. Now if it happens wherever you have other products already applied, like for example blush, highlighter, bronzer, in case they also go off, because of course you have applied concealer in that area, right? So of course that area doesn't really have anything now, so you can touch it up. I had carried it because you know, I cry for so many reasons. Like I really don't know when I would cry. Even if somebody shouts at me, I'll start crying. So I need to carry these things in case somebody shouts at me. What else is left? What else is left? What else is left? Next I had carried a Next, I had carried a blush, bronzer and highlighter with me. In case the blush fades away, because blush does fade away really quickly. In case my bronzer fades away, in case my highlighter fades away. Go na. And I had also carried the respective brushes like blush and bronzer brush, highlighter brush if you're using brush to apply them. Bye. Go fast. So in case the blush has faded and you can't really see any color, then you can of course touch it up. I don't think I have to show you because this is quite straightforward, but still you can take a little bit, apply it. Okay, so that goes for blush. Similarly for bronzer, if it has faded away, you can just use the brush and apply it wherever you have applied it. Okay, so that goes for the bronzer. And if your highlighter has faded for some reason, you can reapply it like so. So those were all the products I had carried in my touch-up kit. Honestly, I didn't use even one product from that kit. I didn't even have to open my purse. My makeup did stay for a long time and no emergencies happened. But you should still carry it just in case. And you can also customize it according to your needs and your makeup and your personality. Because it's subjective, it depends on person to person how you like to touch up something, right? So I just shared my personal tips with you. I really hope you found this video helpful, and if you're getting married, congratulations. And if you're not getting married and if you're still watching this video, I love you so much. I really hope you still found it helpful, though you can use it for your regular makeup as well, not just for bridal makeup. And yes, that's it. If you found this video helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every Saturday. And today's comment shout out goes to Raina Kumar. Thank you so much for your comment, and I will see you in my next video. Please don't leave without subscribing. I love you so much. Bye.